What up, guys? Jason Guyman here, and it is going to be a great night. And tonight, I want to talk about how do you get reviews, why reviews are so important, how you can get more reviews, what do you need to do with your reviews, and why is reviews so much daggone important for. And so that is what I am going to hit on tonight. I will hit on this as in a service business. I am on the Christmas lights and pressure washing page because this is relevant to both, and I will show both, or this is even relevant if you are a service-based business and you are trying to get more customers, because the goal is how do you get more customers, and this is one way that will help you get more customers. And so that is why this is a very important topic. I know that it can be hard in 2024 to get your verification. I just did a video on that. And so that is what I am going to be hitting on tonight. And I've got several different ways of getting reviews. And so I am going to spill the beans of how you can get more reviews than your competitors, right? Because in reality, it does make a difference, whether you believe it or not. Reviews also help you get more leads, because when Google sees that you start getting a bunch of reviews in an area, Google will start sending you more work in that area. They will start showing you up in that area because Google knows that, hey, this person gave this guy a 5-star review and they talked about it. And so that is what we are going to hit on tonight, of how do we get more reviews so that way you can keep growing your business. And that is the important part of this here. So this week's book is going to be a book that I've read several times. It's a book that I want you to read several times. It's a great book. I promise you it is a great book. And it is called The Ultimate Sales Machine. And the reason why I like this book is because a lot of times people don't know how to sell. They don't have their scripts. And it talks about all of those awesome things in this book by Chet Holmes. Yes, Chet Holmes is no longer with us in the world, but it is a great book. I promise you, you will get a lot of information out of The Ultimate Sales Machine. I've read it about 5 times, and it is a great book. It is something that you will learn a lot from doing that book. So it is definitely a book that you need to read to help you grow your business. So how is everybody doing tonight? I put on here, what's up, everyone? I actually, because I'm doing it through the Christmas light ones, how has your week been? We got George Yost, big time in the house. How are you doing, sir? He came to one of my classes way back when. We got Nate, hello, from Arizona, about to start my business. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We got Brian Fletcher. He was one of the OGs of my first Christmas light class, sitting outside in the cold, nasty winter time. It wasn't winter, but in the cold, wet. Mr. Brian Fletcher, he's my grandpa. Not really, but he's as old as maybe some of your all's grandpas. But yes, but that tells you that you're never too young to get started. We got a couple more people in here. Let's see who we got here. We have Miss Carol. How are you doing? Hello from AR8 Soft Wash in South Georgia. Georgia. It's hotter than Hades down there. Reviews are great when you actually earn them, and not like some companies in my area that pays for them and has people from 100 miles plus away from giving you reviews. And then Google will actually hurt you from that if you try to pay to get reviews. Google knows everything that you're saying, so that is why it is not good. Mr. Sean from Newfoundland. Hi, folks. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We got Brad in the house. Hey, Jason, I'm Brad, learning a lot from you. Just ordered flyers, about to start up. Awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. Let's see, Finland, Ohio. Finland, Ohio, I know where that's at. I actually went to college up in Lima, Ohio, up at Northwestern, I went to auto diesel school. I actually got a full ride up there. So that is something about me. I did my auto diesel technology associate science degree from there. What's the name of the book again? Sorry, I just joined. It is called The Ultimate Sales Machine. The Ultimate Sales Machine is the book. The Ultimate Sales Machine is the book. So it is a great book. And that's a book that I've actually kind of read mostly through it. So good evening from Texas. How are you doing? The Ultimate Sales Machine. Reviews make you money. And I would agree 100% on that. Now I know why I haven't gotten a text on my business account. It's the Christmas light one. Yeah, so actually you got two. If you joined my Christmas light and pressure washing, you might have actually got two texts. One was for all the Christmas light people, and one was all for the pressure washing people. So if you didn't know, I do have a phone number that if you text the word King is the one. Let's see if I can find it. Text the word King to 859-696-1101. This is only the pressure washing one. Normally Sunday nights is pressure washing, and Wednesday nights is Christmas lights, unless it's a one like tonight that reviews are for both. Reviews are definitely something that are both. Here to learn, need all the help I can get. Thanks, Jason from Oklahoma City. Awesome. So let's talk about why are reviews so important. And why is it that reviews are so important that I put a big emphasis on it, right? I would say for your Google local service business profile, it is probably one of the most important. I need the Christmas light number. I don't know if I've got the Christmas light number on this one. I don't know if I do, and I don't know the number by heart on that one. So that one I don't know. But again, why is it so important, right? And so the reason why that reviews are so important, it does a couple things. One, it gives you social proof. You know, I can say how awesome I am all day long, right? I can be like, man, I am the most awesome person out there. And it is something that I'm just so awesome. And my website says that I'm awesome. And my Facebook stuff says that I'm awesome. And my Facebook posts say that I'm awesome. But really, that doesn't do no good for the customer. Right? Because we can all say we're awesome. And you are awesome. Don't get me wrong on that. But when a customer says that you're awesome and they go down in detail of why you are awesome, that you have good customer service, that you have, and all of the little things that you do will show up on a review. Guarantee it. Like, I guarantee you, if you do all the little things, if you call before you come, if you send pictures, if you have great customer service, if you're sending emails, you will hear in these reviews that you have great communication. You have great, awesome, whatever it might be, right? And so this is why it is important that we go after reviews like no other. This is one of the reasons why you should be trying to get a review at every job you do. And yes, I did say every job that you do. I didn't say go out and ask your friends. I didn't say go out and pay for them. I said every job that you do. And so I know some people were like, well, you shouldn't have to ask for a review. They should just give you a review. And what I would tell you on that is okay, how many reviews have you given to people that you probably should have given to a person, but you didn't because you wasn't asked, right? And so I am under the impression of you've got to, if you want something, you have not because you asked not. So you have to go ask for reviews. It ain't no different than when we're trying to get pressure washing Christmas light jobs. If I just sit here at my desk and do nothing and don't put no marketing out and don't go out and ask people and go knock on doors and ask people and go flip rocks and ask people, and I'm not going to get business. And it's the same way that you're not going to get reviews if you're not asking for them. And so I'm going to give you several ways to ask for them so that way you can get more business Google reviews. Because what you will find out is when your customer is researching you, they will look at your reviews and read 10, 20, 30 of your reviews because they want to know, did you have a good, did you do what you say you were going to do? Did you screw up something and didn't fix it? Did you, right? And so this is why it is important that we do our reviews. So number one thing is it is important for our reviews. Again, it's not about so much of what you say about yourself, but it's what our customers say about us. And that is why it is so important to get reviews. So when do I need to get my reviews? That would be the next question. Well, as soon as the job is done, right? You send the invoice. If you can get a review before you leave, that's even better. Right? And so with Christmas lights, it's a little bit harder because you really want to see if they can get a picture of it or put a picture with it. And yes, I know a customer's picture might not be good as your picture, but then that is one of the things that when you drive around at night, you can take pictures of these houses, send to the customer if they haven't given you a review, and ask for the review. Hey, here's an awesome picture. If you want to put this picture on there, it will help me out, right? And so you will find out that reviews are important. When you start looking at the big dogs, right? When you start looking at the big dogs, guess what? They have 1,000 reviews. You know why they have 1,000 reviews? Because they know how important it is. And so if you're a big dog company, you're asking so many for these reviews because you know that you're going to give more business because you have 1,000 reviews. If you have 1,000 reviews and your competitor has 100, which one are you more likely to go to? The one with 1,000, because you're going to feel more comfortable with 1,000 reviews than 100 reviews. And yes, there are people out there that have 1,000 reviews and they're big companies, but there are people out there with 1,000 reviews. And I'm going to tell you how they get them. And I'm going to show you the secrets. If you want to know the secrets of how to get reviews, it's really hard. It's a 3-letter word. You got to ask. That is what it is. Now, that is important of why we want to do this. So first thing you need to do is all the little things. You need to be great at customer service, answering your phone. You need to do all of these little things because when you do all of these little things, it's going to show up on the review because they're going to talk about, hey, Jason was very blah, da, 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 da. He did this, he did that, he did this, and he did that. And that's what you want. Like DJ's, it talks about his dad. His dad drives him crazy. But his dad, Dennis, if you look at DJ's reviews, has Dennis on it. Several of his reviews, almost all of them, talk about Dennis and how nice he is and how he so gets everything done and blah, 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 blah. And so that is why it is important that we get these reviews. So how do we get these reviews? First off, where are these reviews located at, right? And so when you're looking at Christmas light installers, you have a little bit of the Google verification. For Christmas lights, you do have to be a certified electrician to get one of these. And then you get down in here to the reviews, right? And so you can see that the most reviews in the Cincinnati that are in the top 3 here are 38 reviews. So that's not too many. And he's been in business for 3-4 years, been doing this, right? And he's only got 38 reviews. I didn't mean to scroll out that far. But you can see how those reviews are on here of 38 reviews. So if I look through here and all of the ones in Cincinnati he's the number one guy that has 38 reviews. And so guess what? He's probably going to get more calls than anybody else. Now, if I go over here to pressure washing in Cincinnati, you can see that 85, you can see that I had 131, and this was 5 years ago. I haven't touched this one in 5 years. 104. Now, there is some more people around here in the pressure washing world that has a lot more. You can see Cincinnati Soft Wash. You can see Perfect Power Wash. Perfect Power Wash has 384 reviews. So Benjamin used to have the most reviews in here. But I want to tell you something about Perfect Power Wash. This Perfect Power Wash one has only been up for a little over maybe a year and a half, 2 years. I think they came in 2 years ago. So they were only here for 2 years and they've gotten 384. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this one because there's a reason why I want to talk about this one, because I know how they're getting them and I know what they're doing. And so I'm going to give you a little bit. So you can see that that's a 1-star review, right? So guess what? You are going to get 1-star reviews when you start asking for them. But when you get a bunch of them, guess what? That's the most important thing. So, right, 2 days ago, our experience was wonderful. From the initial phone call, the highly efficient tech, Colton, right? So if you look down through here, you're going to see all the names of those techs. Why are you seeing the names of those techs? Because they're probably getting something if they get a text or get their name in there, right? So on the back side, they're probably doing a thing in here that is giving giving them something for getting a review. So they probably have a board and it's probably a competition and you win something if you get the most reviews. You can see was great. Joey made sure everything was all my stuff. So you can see that they are naming the people that are doing it. Joey and Chris, Drew. So this is something that you can do to get more reviews if you have employees. And the goal is to have employees and they get reviews. And I'm going to show you how to get reviews, but I wanted to talk about a little bit about this. And here's the thing. You are going to get some 1-star reviews when you got 384. But did you know that a 4.8, 4.9 is actually better than a 5.0? Did you know that? I bet you didn't. And there's actually data behind it that a 4.8, 4.9, 4.7 is better than a 5.0, right? Because guess what? Most people know that you can't be perfect, right? And so that is why it is good. Beware of fast move talking that sold a contract to my 91 mother-in-law and charged her credit card a fee to cancel it. So you know what? It happens. And so, but if you get enough good 1-star, 5-star reviews, it will push down the 1-star reviews. I thought the shutters should have been clean. They are very dirty and it looked very bad, right? So how do they respond, right? And so that is things that you got to look at of how they respond. Now, Perfect Power Wash, they're getting a lot of 1-star reviews. So that is something that you got to look at, right? And people are going to see this. People aren't always going to be, because here's the thing. Whenever I'm looking at a company, I want to look at the 1-star reviews and how they respond. So that is how you can look at your reviews and how you can do it. You know, they got 398 reviews, but most of them are all 4 and 5 star. Is there some 1 stars? Sure there is, right? But the majority of their 5-star reviews are 4 and 5. So out of the 384 reviews, probably 350 of them are 4 and 5-star reviews. And so that is the important of this. And so the other thing you will see that is important, I want to show it on this one because they do a really good job of showing them what to do, is they are putting the experience of to Colton, decided to take advantage of it. He was well educated. They were great. The only issue, they were great. Joey made sure all my stuff I had sitting on the porch and washing my house. My house looks amazing, right? And so when you're looking at this, you will see that they will talk about what services they did. And that even better, because if you talk about pressure washing and house washing, it's going to show up better when people are searching. So them are some things to think about as we are doing this. Now, I'm going to show my friend Rick Moosey here. He's got 278 5-star reviews. He's out of New York. He has been in business for a few years, but really he never had a lot of 5-star reviews till last year. And so this is one of his goals, to get to 300. And so and I want to talk about how he got it and how other people are getting so many reviews. So again, the first thing you got to do is ask. You got to ask for these reviews. You can't just assume that people are going to get it. So I've got 2 or 3 different ways you can ask. So don't just go at the end of the job and be like, hey, Miss Sue, will you give me a 5-star review? And that's at what you leave it at. Because if you leave it at that, the chances of you getting a 5-star review is goose egg, right? It's goose egg, because you got to make it simple. You got to make it easy. The easier it is, the simpler it is. You might even have to be like, here, let me take your phone and help you get this 5-star review, because it is that important that you help these people. So the first thing is have a referral card. Right? Have a referral card. This is one way. And you can say, let me see your phone. You got to get the camera out. You scan the QR code. Now, if anybody wants to scan the QR code right now or take a screenshot and give me a 5-star review, if I've helped you, and just talk about how you've helped me or how I've helped you in your business, I would appreciate it. And you can take a screenshot of just take a screenshot of it. And here's the other thing. A lot of people don't know this. If you took a screenshot of this, and people are like, well, how do I get to the review if that is the case? And if you have a picture on your phone, you can sit there and hold your thumb on the QR code, and it will take you to the review. So that is one way you can do this. Now, another way you can do it, but most people aren't going to do it, is christmaslights.io/R. Make it as simple as possible. Put it on your website. Put a link up at the top. Would you like to leave us a review? You've got to ask and keep asking and keep asking. So, the review card. Yes, does this cost money? Sure it does. It costs you 50 cents per each one. And you can get them done a little bit cheaper, but it's probably going to cost you about 40 to 50 cents per each one. It's a thicker card. It's shiny. I made it, and I did it out of Canva. And yes, I do have a template there. I don't know if I've got a page somewhere. I thought I had a page somewhere to do it, but I don't know if I do. But again, it's something that they got. On the other side, you're asking for referrals. So it's a 2 thing right there. So yes, that costs money. Next thing, this is how Rick has gotten most of his 278 ones, is a little review card like this one here. And basically all you have to do is you go up to their phone, and you see if I can do it here. I did it earlier. Let's see. So you just go up to their phone and you touch their phone with this here, if it's going to work. It did work earlier. Did I use the right? Yeah. And you can see it brought it up. You click on it and look right there. It takes me right to his, I actually put his in there, US Vets. So that's how easy that you can use this card. And then you can take this card and put it in your wallet. And I'll tell you how Rick has been getting 5-star reviews. This is how Rick's got that many 5-star reviews. So you got to understand Rick. Rick is old and he hates technology. So I don't even know how he uses this card. But Rick is old and hates technology. But he's very good at selling stuff. And what he does is he's like, man, guess I got this new card. And be excited. When you're trying to get 5-star reviews, be excited. Be excited that you're at the house. Be excited that you're there. And he'll be like, man, I got this new card. You look, just put your phone up there and it's going to do it. And now you can give me a 5-star review and this is what you can say, right? And so if you want this card, I'm going to be selling these cards. So I've got a whole box of them and I can set them up and I'm going to start selling these little cards right here. I don't have the link up today because I didn't get it up in time, but tomorrow I will have my assistant get up a link so I can sell these cards to if anybody wants one of these cards. I'm probably going to do a 2 or 3 pack so that way you can get 2 or 3 of them, and then that way you can have each employee have one and you can do it. You can maybe put a hole in it and put it on your keychain so you can be like, here's my card, just bam, you can do it. So this is another great way to get reviews because a lot of times we forget our cards, we run out of these cards. These cards will sit there forever and get you these right here. So, but the key to this is if it sits in your wallet, it does you this much good, 0 good. So you have to get it out and use these cards. Just like I've sold people these cards, and guess what? They sit there and they don't do nothing. And it's kind of like yard signs in your garage. Yard signs in your garage don't make you no money. Google reviews that you never asked for don't make you no money. Because here's the thing, with these reviews, you can go and you can go out and ask for all kinds of awesome stuff with these reviews. You can put them on your website. You can put them as your Google post. You can put them out as a Facebook post. You can put them out in everything that you want to do. And that is why it is important that we do this. So I think they are going to be $15 a piece, and I'll probably do 2 for like 25 or something is probably what I'm going to do. I don't know yet. So that is the key of why we've got to go out there and get this done. So with that said, you got to ask. Now, do we just ask at the end of the job and just be done with it? No, that is not the time. We need to ask for these reviews all the way from the initial phone call, right? You get the first phone call and you need to be asking from the initial first phone call. And if you have employees, you need a script of some type so they know what to say. Because if you have an employee and they don't have a script, they don't know what to say and they're not going to say it. And so that is why you have a script of, hey, our goal is to make you so happy that you will want to give us a 5-star review. So that's at the phone call. And then if you go in-person sales, hey, you know what? Our goal is to make you so happy that I want to give you a 5-star, that you'll want to give me a 5-star review. And then when the technician gets there, hey, you know what? My goal today is that I want to make sure that you are so happy that you're going to give us a 5-star review. And then at the end of the job, you're going to say, hey, Miss Jones, is there any reason why you wouldn't give me a 5-star review? And when she says, no, you guys did awesome. Awesome. Here, can you give it to me right now? Put it out, go ahead and pull it, do the card, whatever card you decide to do. And that way you can get that 5-star review. Because here's what happens. If you have this nice, amazing card, you have these amazing cards, you will find out, and I've done it many times in class, and I'll go find somebody, and I'll probably do 2 or 3 people, and what you will find out is that they don't have a Gmail, or it's not hooked up to their phone. And guess what? You're not going to get a 5-star review. I don't care what you do, you won't get a 5-star review. Because they're not going to go get a Gmail, and Gmail probably won't let it happen anyway. And so that is why it is important that you do this. Because then if you don't get a 5-star review for Google, then you can be like, hey, Miss Jones, can you give me a video of, can you give me a video testimonial? Because video testimonials work just as good. If you want to give me a video testimonial, I'll take it because it works just as good, because then I can transcribe it out. I can put it into different things. I can use it in my marketing. And so then I know one pressure washing company that had like 100 video testimonial reviews on his website, because then people can watch how awesome you are and they tell you how awesome they are. And so that is why it is so important that we go after these 5-star reviews. And I don't care if we're talking pressure washing, Christmas lights, landscaping, whatever you might do. This is why it is so important to do this. Now, you might say, well, Jason, I don't know what to say. Well, guess what? There's tools out there that you can do to it. You can use ChatGPT. You can use Claude. You can use Gemini. You can use Facebook Meta. You can use all kinds of tools. There's no excuse to it. Now, what I will say is, if you want more 5-star reviews, how many 5-star reviews have you given? Because if you don't give 5-star reviews, the likelihood of you getting 5-star reviews is probably slim. And here's why. You have to, if you give 500, I've given hundreds of 5-star reviews on my account. I'm at like, and it's a game. It's literally a game on your phone. There's so many points that you get for every 5-star review you give. And I'm at like level 7 is where I'm at. And so that is why it is important that you do this. So don't just ask without giving. If you go to another business and they do amazing work, give them a 5-star review. If you go to a restaurant and it's great service, give a 5-star review. Say, hey, Katie was an amazing server and she did an amazing job. The food was awesome. We got in, got out. So that is why it is important that you give 5-star reviews. Don't just be a taker and take, but give also. And you'll find out it will come back to you tenfold almost every time. So it's important that you just don't give, but you give out also. So again, the last thing too is sending text out. Hey, if you didn't get a 5-star review out there, hey, Miss Jones, just here, and sending 2 or 3 texts out, sending 2 or 3 emails out. Do a follow-up call. When you do your follow-up call, I know a lot of people don't do this, but if you're looking at the big companies, they do. They'll do a follow-up call 2-3 days later. Hey, just checking in to make sure you're still happy, everything looks good, and then would you please give me a 5-star review? And that way, it's just another touch. It's just another way to set yourself apart from your competitors. If you want to set yourself apart from your competitors, this is what you got to do. And so you got to get your reviews up, because I guarantee you most of your competitors only have 5-10 reviews, because they don't focus on that thing, right? They want to focus on, we're the best pressure washer Christmas light installers. We make sure that the bulb is peaked. We make sure that your house is spotless. And they don't get someone else saying that, right? Because if it's so important to peak your bulbs, I want to see someone give me a review or 2 or 3 on one person's thing that tells me how important that bulb is peaked. Because I already went and looked at like 100 different ones, and I never found one thing that said they did such a perfect job that every bulb was peaked and blah, blah, blah. Because that's back to they don't care. Same way with pressure washing, right? Most people, they want it clean. And, I always told my guys, if you can get it to 80%, if you can make 80% of people, if you can make 80% of people happy, the other 20, there's 10% you're never going to make happy 100%. I guarantee it. You're never going to make someone 100% happy. There's 10% of people, and when you do make them people happy, you will probably get more referrals from that person than anyone else, because all their friends know they can't be that. They can't make people happy. So that is why it is important. That is why we got to go out there and get stuff done. So, what's your all's questions? If you all got any pressure washing Christmas light questions, my question to you all is how many 5-star reviews do you all have? How many 5-star reviews on your business do you all have? Let's see. That's nice to know. I stopped telling people I was the owner. I tell them I get a bonus for a 5-star review mentioning what I do or what I did. And that, that is probably one of the best things that you can do, to be honest. I did the same thing. I quit telling them I was the owner, and, they would always be always like, oh, Jason did a great job, and da 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 da. We got 88 5-star reviews so far this season. That's awesome. Awesome. I have a link posted with all my invoices, and I have business review cards that I can tap on their phone or tablet that send them straight to my reviews afterwards. I want that card. I have 3 of those cards, one in my wallet, one in the truck, and one on the back of the tablet. That's actually a pretty cool deal. Put it in on the back of the tablet, so then that way you can just tap the tablet. What's up, Mr. Rich? How are you doing, sir, tonight? Good evening, Jason. How's Mr. Artie doing? Let me know when they are ready. I'll take 2. My assistant will probably put them online tomorrow, and then the other problem I got is I'm going to be out of town. But I will get them done. I keep my tablet with me all the time. I do remote estimate notes all while taking notes to customers on the job. Remote estimate while on the phone, and I also show pictures of past jobs. Just became a member. Awesome. Let's see here. Hit the like button. I agree. Got 2 reviews today, 10 away from 300. Started July 2020. We use Nice Job to get reviews. It gives them the option to leave it on Google or Facebook. Yep. But you still want to do it this way too, or this way, and you want to ask. Everyone give a thumbs up. 30 people, only 6 thumbs ups. Now there's only 13. Over 300 5-star reviews and counting. And I want to talk about Jason on these reviews, because Jason, reviews are not easy. And when Google screws with you, it's really not easy. And so Jason, it took him, I don't remember if it was 125 or 150. He would be at like 125 and then get to 132 and then drop back down to 120, and that went on over and over and over. And he got so frustrated because he would go up and then come back down and then go back up and come back down. And Google did that to him for a while. So he would get so mad at it, and he would always send me messages, and he would go up, come down, go up, come down. And so Google would give them, Google would take them away. So, and that is the other thing with Google. And I know some of you don't have it verified yet. I've got a video that I just did. If you got a video, verify it. It's not just taking a video on your phone. It's a special way that you got to do it. I did put it up there. I think it's out on both. I know I did it on the Christmas light page. I think it's supposed to come out on my pressure washing page too. But that way I show you what you need to do to be able to do your video verification. So that way you can get that done for you. Was contacted today to put Christmas lights for a customer that his guy last year never showed up to remove. And, that's something too, Michael, and everybody else that does Christmas lights. If you gave quotes out last year and you didn't get those jobs, you want to send them again a quote this year, or contact them again, send them an email, because there's businesses out there that won't do that, right? They won't do that. They won't show up. They won't do what you need to do. So that is why we have to follow up, and even following up, not just the same year, but the next year and 2 years later, because they might not like that person no more. Or maybe they don't come to take them back down because they went with the cheap person. And guess what? They know they got handed to them because they went with the cheap person. And guess what? You can talk about this year. Hey, do you want to be like our customer over here that he's coming with us? last year he went with the cheap person, and guess what? They didn't come to take down the lights. He had his lights up till June because they never came and took down the lights. Well, we've been operating for about a month, and we have 6. Nice. I got 25 5-star reviews. Good. I have 55 5-star reviews. Daniel, I earned 48 reviews in my first season in Christmas lights. Proud of every one of them. Still need to follow up with ones who didn't leave a review yet. Can't wait to get more this season. Again, Daniel was his first year doing Christmas lights. Daniel did $175,000 his very first year of doing Christmas lights. And he is a killer when it comes to Christmas lights of business. And he got 48 5-star reviews his very first year. I send a text to past customers I did work before my GMB was up and asking. It doesn't hurt to ask. For many years, I really never asked people for them, and since 2024, I've been taking a different approach to build up my reviews. That's why I have all these tap cards. He wants to put up the lights the other guys didn't take down, and you'd be like, that's not how it works. Wesley Bloom is the king of 5-star review. He's pushing 2,000. Yep. Again, he's another big dude. If you look at Pro Power Wash or whatever, the one I just showed you, look at their main office, they're pushing that too. They got a boatload of them. I can tap and go, or in public, I can tap their phone right then. Follow up all the time. Following up is the key to success. The more you follow up, the better off you're going to get more closes. Did you know that it takes on generally 11 times for someone to follow up for someone to buy? And do you know why that is? I'll tell you why that is. So we know that if the DISC program, or what I talk about the DISC program, that you have the DNI, they're very quick on buying. But the S and C are not quick on buying at all. Like, they're going to figure out 10 ways to not buy right away. It's just the way it's in their DNA. And by that, we know that it takes 11 touches to follow up. And so when you follow up, you have to follow up 9 to 11 times or 12 times, because we know majority of the people, you got to follow up 11 times for them to buy. Now, most people don't follow up that much. And so that is why it is important that we follow up. And this is why we have to follow up with asking for reviews, right? Because if we don't follow up asking for reviews, it's probably not going to happen. I would about guarantee you it's not going to happen to be able to get your lights or get your customer to give you a review, because whether it's pressure washing, Christmas lights, whatever it is, you got to ask and ask and ask and ask. Same way when you're trying to get a customer, you got to ask and ask and ask and ask. And the more you ask, the more likely you will get a customer. And so this is why it is so important. And here's the deal. We don't think Google reviews are much, but I promise you, if you get a bunch of reviews, you're going to get more work. As what's his name put up here, Wesley Bloom has 2,000, or he's pushing 2,000 Google reviews. I will guarantee you he's probably made $1 million off of those 5-star reviews, if not more. And that's not even guessing. That's just, I know how much he's made over the years, and I know how important Google reviews are. You will get lots of phone calls from them. You get lots of everything, and a lot of it comes from Google reviews. Let's see how many reviews he has. Wise Guys Pressure Washing. If I can spell. Let's see. Wise Guys Pressure Washing. His Google is not coming up. Wise Guys Pressure Washing GA. Let's see if it'll come up that way. Let's see. Well, that's stupid. Everything else is coming. There we go. Wise Guys Pressure Washing. Nope, that one's not it. That was not it. Huh. Reviews. Well, none of those are it. I don't know why they're not coming up, but they're not. They've got 1,859 reviews. Now, I don't know if that's on Google. That's on Sotellus, so that might not be the case. Let's see. Let's go this way. Pressure Washing Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see if I can find them that way. Well, I'm struggling to find them today. Find everybody else but them. Wise Guys. I'm not finding their Google business. That's weird. That's really weird. Let's go this way. There they are. I found them. Nope, that's not them. That one's only got 3. That's weird. I wonder what happened to their reviews. Because I'll show you what I've got. The review I've got is showing only 5, and I know that's not the case. And that's about where they are. I don't know where they're at, because otherwise they're in that area. Huh. I don't know. But I'm not finding them. That's weird. I wonder if something happened to it. That sucks if it did. And sometimes I knew somebody that had a boatload of 5-star reviews and they got shut down. So just got closed an apartment complex. That's awesome. How many light customers do you have? Depends. I ended up having 300. Is it possible to share a link from my Google My Business in a text to my past customers? Yes, there is a way to do that. Let's see if I can show you how to do that. So what you can do, let me go back here. And just type in Google, you can type in Google My Business. My Business. I think it will. Let's see. Or you can type in King of Pressure Wash. And it's going to give you to your listing here. And then you can go here to ask for a review. And you can copy this right here is the short way of getting a review. So this is how you get your reviews and ask for reviews. So you can just copy that, and then you can copy that, come back over here and paste it, and then everybody can give me a review. Now you got another way of getting a review. Yes, all thanks to Jason. Just getting started, still a small fish in a big pond. Your guidance, work ethic will get me to 1 million one day. Daniel, I believe with your work ethic that you will hit 1 million this year. How you make your own luck is awesome. And I don't think that it's luck, right? I think it's the opportunity that you set yourself up for. It's how many people, when you look at Daniel, you might say that it's lucky, but did you know he calls 25 businesses? He's probably called 1,000 businesses this year. He are real close to it. And so when you call 1,000 different businesses, the likelihood of you getting more work is going to go up. And it's not really luck. It's a matter of hard work. And, Daniel stays up till 2 o'clock in the morning and trying to figure things out and get things done. And the reason why we all know this is Daniel's in our group too. So you can either go to join ChristmasLights.io if you want to join the membership in ChristmasLights.io, or King of Marketing. KingofMarketing.com. Every Monday night we do a Zoom call with a bunch of these people that are on here. Daniel and Sean are the two of them that come to that meeting every Monday night. GMB has a link you can copy and paste. Just sold my lawn business this year. Looking forward to going all in on my lights. Awesome. I've been pushing the permanent lights, and I think I don't know if it'll take off right away, but I have got a website that I built, and it's already getting me leads. I've already gotten 3 leads. I haven't closed any of them, but it's a numbers game. We haven't went in town yet, and one of them we haven't even bid all the way yet, but I've gotten 3 leads off of it already. Perfect. Thank you. Stainless steel saltwater pressure washer, but it runs at 500 psi. Use that for a roof pump. You possibly could. That's a lot of pressure, but if you could turn down that pressure a little bit, probably with a nozzle. The harder you work, the luckier you get. That is 100% truth. Thanks, Sean. You're the man. Hope you're doing well, brother. That would be an amazing, but may take another year. I heard there's a competitor mentioning my name and doubting me. I must be bothering him. Just as easy as that. All saved in my clipboard. Where's a good place to buy permanent lights? ChristmasLights.io/P is a great place to get them. No unloader. Oh, there's no unloader on it. So that's weird. How's it a pressure washer then? That's weird. And if you're not in the Facebook group, you should be. Electronic pressure wash gauge, electronic clutch in the pulley. Then that would probably work, and you probably could turn it down that way. So that way it's not so much pressure. How many gallons a minute is it? Would be my only other question. Every time I stain a deck, I say I'll never do this again. I closed another deck staining today. Crap. What I did, palm trees, is every time I got a deck and I didn't want to do no more, I just kept raising the prices. And I was at $10 a foot, and they were still buying them. And finally, I had to say, I ain't doing this stuff no more. But people will pay $10, $11 a foot for you to go stain these stupid decks. And I don't know why, but they will. Luck is when opportunity and knowledge of what you do come together. Jason, can you talk to us about the experience with permanent lights? We will finally do our first one soon. Where the challenge is, if any. P.S. They're looking amazing. So the biggest thing with permanent lights is doing the metal part of it. That's probably the hardest part of the crisp of it. So we do metal, so it actually matches the color of the house. So we use the same metal that they have up under the soffits or wherever it is. And the reason why we do that is so that way it looks really good that way. And so that is probably the hardest part, is figuring out the metal. I think DJ cut about 20 sticks before he figured out how to do it. He didn't cut that many, but he probably cut 10 wrong. And I cut my share wrong too. I can't say. I just did the easier parts of the long runs, and he did a bunch of the corners. And so that is the hardest part of it. But once you learn that curve of it, then it goes pretty quick, and you can get it done pretty quickly. And so after that, the only other challenge that takes a little bit of time is if you program certain things. So like on that house, I programmed the lights where these lights came on, the rest of them didn't. So that's what it is. Sweet. We are charging, what are you charging per square foot for permanent? So normally you're going to charge, I know some people are in the $20, but 25-ish, but I would be anywhere from $30 to $50 a foot for permanent lights, linear foot, not square foot. I had a guy that just sold a house for $55 a foot. It's a 200-foot house, and he sold it at $55 a foot. And so he's kind of local to me, so don't tell me you can't get it in the higher end. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Hard work, 13 gallons a minute, that's a lot. There's an old say that the harder you work, the luckier I get, and that is so true. Per square foot on the decks, yes, $10 a square foot on the decks. And I know a guy that does decks down in Lexington, and he's still getting $8 to $10 a foot. Permanent lighting. How often do you screw into the soffit? Is it every foot? No, it's about every 3 foot. So you got a 6-foot piece. You put two screws in the end and one in the middle, and then it slides up underneath the soffit. 13 gallons a minute, AGCO's 1-inch manifold, and you can throttle it down. It was the best install I've ever seen. So done to you. Well done to you and DJ. Yep. Oh, DJ. So with that, we're at 10 o'clock this week. We got a training coming up in Utah. If you want to learn about permanent lights, this is probably your best class to come for, a permanent light class. I know I have some more, but I don't go in detail because I don't know it as well as the guys that are going to be teaching it this week. And so that is why I would say you should come to this week in Utah. So you can go to christmaslights.io and you'll find the in-person training there. It will be Christmas lights on Thursday, marketing and stuff on Friday, and then Saturday is all day permanent lighting. And Sunday you're headed home because everything shuts down in Utah. So because it's the Mormon city, so that's why everything shuts down there. But yeah, so if you want to go check that out, it's definitely something I would tell you. What is the linear foot average for most permanent light jobs? Right now they've been about 150 to 200 feet is what the jobs I've been seeing here lately. So if you can't tell, I'm trying to find a permanent solution to the 12 volt and unreliable pumps. Yeah, it's hard. Or do folks buy for each specific job from you? So they come in kits. The permanent lights come in kit, 100-foot kit, 150-foot kit, 200-foot kit. You can buy 150 and add like 10 or 12 feet also. So still doing the 75 hard working out. I actually finished it. I made it all the way to 75 days. And that was, what day was that? Friday or Thursday? Thursday. I think it was Thursday that I made it all the way to the end. 7 p.m. here. I'm still building clear manifolds if anyone needing them. Is that 3/4 or 1 inch? F-bomb for those. But other than that, I hope you're exactly right about that. Everything breaks. Hope everybody has a great week, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you and help you out in any ways. And I'll talk at you all later.